Hey, you wanna see something cool? Take a look at this. Yeah, that's a cutscene that I'm pretty sure I'm going to remember. So, if you haven't figured it out by now, this update for the strongest Battleground is insane. Like, it's absolutely insane. You've got 2 new ultimates, a new early access character, some needed bug fixes, other quality of life changes, and new emotes. It's for sure an incredible update with enough content to keep anyone entertained. In this video, I'll explain the update to you and everything you need to know about it. But first, remember to like and subscribe so that you're notified of other helpful content like this. So, let's get into the video. Alright, first, the big change everyone wanted. Speedo Sonic, or Deadly Ninja, as he's called in the game, is now a free character. If you want to use him, you get to, regardless of if you have early access or not. They also added in another ultimate move to his awakening, called 4-fold Flash Strike, which looks like this. Basically, it makes you charge up for a bit before you instantly dash forward and then slash anybody in your path, dealing pretty good damage. Think of Thunderclap and Flash if you want a reference. They also added music to his ultimate, so now it sounds like this. Overall good changes to the character, so it's cool. Other than that, Saitama, or Bald Hero, is now a complete character with his new ultimate move. The new ultimate is called Omnidirectional Punch, and I'll show it to you again. To simplify things down, you stomp in the ground, and if anyone is in the area you stomp, they get thrown into the air. Then, a very cool cutscene plays, where you basically just throw a bunch of punches from every direction at them, and then they die. Simple as that. It's a good ultimate combat-wise, and basically just a free and flashy kill. As a side note, they also retextured the fist on death counter. Now, let's move on. One of the main exciting things added in this update is a new character, which is Metal Bat, or Adrenaline Demon if you're going by game names. At the moment, he's a heavy work in progress, so he only has one move and no awakening. The one move is called Rebound Swing, and it looks like this. To explain it, you swing in front of you, and anyone hit gets knocked into the air. Then, you follow it up with a second hit that bats them away. It's a good move for sure, and works as a nice combo ender, because of the high damage it does. Other than that, Metal Bat really is just bad right now, just because he's new. Also, the developer said that the character probably won't have any long-range moves. That's all to really say about it. Now, for general changes. First off, the developer added 6 new emotes to the game, which is pretty cool. Also, the requirement was lowered to 50 kills to get a new emote, and that's very good for players, since we no longer have to grind that much for emotes. There's some other changes to the characters though. For the Hero Hunter character, aka Garo, the move, the Final Hunt, was fixed, with laggy players being slammed down now. Before, that didn't happen, so this is a nice bug fix. They also fixed the move just not hitting sometimes. For Destructive Cyborg, aka Genos, Jet Dive can no longer be spammed on dead bodies. The last punch hitbox is now accurate, and using your evasive during scatter, which is one of Deadly Ninja's moves, is more accurate. Decent bug fixes as well, not much else to say. For Deadly Ninja, aka Speedo Sonic, Twin Blade Rush's final slash effect is now more visually accurate, and the ultimate animation will no longer have any more lingering afterimages once you reappear. Those ones are mostly just visual changes, so they're not that major. However, there is one mechanical change, which is to the move Scatter. This move now has anti-run measures. By that, it means that the stun at the end will be higher if it thinks you're running, and it finishes earlier if the finisher activates. This one is kind of weird. Yeah, it is true that scatter is a very annoying move that can be used for running, but I'm not sure how an anti-run is going to work. They probably put a lot of work into making this though, so I doubt that it'll cause that many issues. Let's move on to the last few updates. For the last few changes that were made to the game, the developer added in some bug fixes and quality of life updates. The first is that punching will now make you go towards the enemy you're facing, which was implemented in case you were fighting multiple people. This change is a pretty good one, if not a little insignificant, because it does help make it easier to do some combos and stuff. Not that big of a deal though, so there's not that much to say about it. The next small bug fix is that you can no longer stay on trees while emoting. This is a pretty funny but annoying bug that I'm glad got fixed, because being able to camp on top of a tree is pretty dumb. W bug fix, moving on. Up next is a very vague update, where the developer simply just says that they optimized the game just a little bit. What this means, I have no specific idea, but if I had to guess, they probably just toned down the VFX or made the parts smaller. Basically, they just made it less laggy. So if you're playing on a toaster, there's less of a chance for it to explode in your face. It's good that they did this for people with low-end computers, and overall, it's a nice change that makes it easier to play for everyone. That is, if it means what I think. The next change is that there's now an invisible ceiling in the ranked map to prevent players from getting out. I'm not sure how exactly people are managing to escape the ranked map, but having an invisible ceiling is both an easy fix and also a necessary one to deal with that problem. After all, having people suddenly fly out of the map could be very annoying if you're seriously trying to fight someone in ranked, so good change from the developer. After that is yet again another quality of life change. In ranked, if you're spectating someone, your hotbar will no longer show. This really just removes a mildly annoying thing that could be a real pain to deal with, and I'm glad that this update ended up being made. After all, you don't want your hotbar to be in the way if you're watching some grey ranked fight. Nearing the end is a semi-bug fix, which is that resetting will now fix your camera. So, if you end up bugging your camera somehow, through whatever weird bug you can find, resetting will fix it. It's good that this change is being made, because being forced to rejoin the game due to some dumb camera bug can be ridiculously annoying. Adding some easy fix like this is very, very good, so thumbs up to the developers. Finally, the last change is that the developer fixed dash stacking with ultimates and moves. I don't exactly know what dash stacking is, but from what I can gather, it lets you stack an ultimate or a move on top of your dash to let you move while doing it. If I'm right on my guess about dash stacking, then yeah, this deserves to be removed. Being able to stack moves and stuff is really, really overpowered depending on the move. So, I agree with this update overall. Other than these main changes are some updates to trash cans. You can't dupe trash cans anymore, you can now throw them lower, and they don't bypass def counter anymore. Just good changes overall, so let's wrap things up. All of the updates that were made here are honestly just really good. The new updates clearly have a lot of time and effort put into them, both in how they work and how they look. The omnidirectional punch cutscene really just made me sit there and stare in appreciation at how good it looks. These developers are insane. Other than that, it's wonderful that they took the time to actually address bugs and add in quality of life changes. Any game that knows content isn't the only thing that exists is a good game in my book. So, with all that being said, we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed watching, consider liking and subscribing so that you're notified of other helpful videos like this. As always, I'm New Eternally, and I'll see you next time in another video. Thanks for watching, and bye.